don't need the money. No. Just want to welcome all of you here tonight. It's great to see so many faces that I've been able to meet since I've been here in May. I'm glad that all of you are really involved in this, because actually you'll be picking 3 candidates this year to represent you for the next 3 years. So I think it's important that you get involved and you ask the candidates the questions that you have concerns with. I did want to make one point. Beverage card, most of you would like an update on Banjis. The beverage card was put on the course yesterday, and Banjis did open today on a temporary location. They are only using the bar area, but they will be serving food as well as beverage there. Hopefully they have a 6-week temporary permit for that particular arrangement. And so if you need something to eat or drink, please feel free to come back to Banjis. Okay. With that, thank you.
All right, well, with that, I'd like to introduce each one of the candidates this evening, and also mention that we have 2 candidates that are not going to be with us tonight. Zach Kennedy, who currently serves as the Vice President on the Board of Directors, had a prior commitment. When this date was established, he knew he was going to be on the mainland and traveling for business, so he unfortunately could not be with us tonight. And then Ron Freitas, we just got notice that he is ill this evening. So do make sure and take a look online at the questions that they submitted. I believe you might have those in your packets too, because both of those candidates submitted the pre-selected questions. So you should get to know that by reading that information, and then they will still be on the ballot when it comes time to do the voting. So with that said, I'll go ahead and start here on the left-hand side, and we can't see them, so we're just going to call them behind door number 1 and door number 2, so we have this hole in our way. Our first candidate, Bruce Bannock, and then Scott Carter, Lonnie Cole, who is currently the president on the board of directors, and Roxanne Blumenlund, who is a director on the board of directors. Now we will go ahead and move to the introductory candidate statements. Each candidate will have 2 minutes to do their opening statement, and our wonderful timekeeper will be keeping track. So let's just go ahead and start with Bruce. If you would like to go ahead and see the other.
I think you have 30 seconds left, and ready to stop. Instead of
Just put that. There you go. That's your side.
I'm going to have to wave.
I'll hold it high. Thank you.
All right, Bruce.
Well, first of all, aloha, and thank you for coming. My name is Bruce Bannock, and I've lived in the community for the past 9 years. A little bit of background about myself. I spent 6 years in the Air Force. I graduated from Southern Oregon University. My wife, Jolene, in the audience, also went to Southern Oregon, and both of our daughters went to Southern Oregon. We've lived here, as I said, 9 years, and I operate a business right in the village. I'm a tenant in the Waikoloa Highland Shopping Center. I have all island insurance services. My past, before owning this agency, I worked on the corporate side of insurance. And through that time in the corporate side of insurance, I served on both profit and nonprofit boards throughout the United States. And with every transfer, I had different obligations. Nonprofit going everything from a Greenway Board of Governors to Board of Directors for Farmers Insurance of Idaho, with other boards in between. So I have a lot of experience on boards. I'm currently serving on the Waikoloa Canoe Club Board. I've been on and off that board for the past 7 years, and I've served as president for a short term on the board. I'm also a member of the Lions Club International, a charter member of Lions Club International, and a officer of Lions Club International. And there's something else I'm missing, but I'll think of it in a second. The Kona Kohala Chamber of Commerce, I'm also a member of that. I always keep my plate full. My timing is usually pretty good as far as handling all my obligations, but I have a great amount of experience with fiduciary responsibility and follow up on anything on a monetary standpoint, and a lot of success in my past from both boards and corporate executive positions. So I hope to bring that to the Waikoloa Village Association and pass on my experience to the board on some ideas that I have and some things that are important to the board today.
Thank you, Bruce. And as you all notice, when you reach 2 minutes, you're so
still learning this.
That's all right. Added effect. Thank you, Bruce. Scott.
The didn't work for me.
I like the ring, that was very nice. I'm Scott Carter.
Could they stand, please?
Okay.
Could you
Was
stand?
I too short? I'm sorry. I'm Scott Carter, I've been in White
Can
Willow
you
Village.
use your microphone?
I can talk louder.
That's what the mic's for.
Okay. I'm Scott Carter, I've lived in White Willow Village since 1990, about 23 years. During that time, I've mostly been either a realtor or a builder. I build homes, most of the White Willow Village. I've been on a number of boards and stuff. I have them in the packet there. Let's see, I've been on the president of the White Willow Community Church for 4 years, as an elder for 2 years with Marjorie. I've been in the White Willow Lions Club. I'm not currently. I was a charter member of the White Willow Lions Club. And in that, it's a very service-oriented industry. It helps a lot of, there's a lot of need for veterans, and we help children and all kind of needs. We put on the parades here in the village. We put on car shows. There's just a whole slew of really beneficial projects that I was able to participate in. Let's see, I've been on the ECC, the White Willow Environmental Control Committee, for 4 years, something like that, very close. And that was a pretty nice experience. We got to see all kinds of growth throughout the village. I helped to vote on, put my 2 cents in on what would be a good way of growth for certain homes and not certain homes. I tried last year to be on the board, and I guess it wasn't my time, so maybe I'm trying again. And I think it's a good endeavor. If you're going to be in the village, and if you feel like something could be improved, at least you got to try. Maybe to do something about it. Don't sit in the back. I have 30 seconds left. I'm very excited about the opportunity to serve on the board with all the qualified folks, and I think it'd be a blessing. Let's see what else. And part of the thing that I would like to see the village have real fast, I think we covered again, is a community center. Being here 23 years, you see a lot of people, children and other folks, who wish they had more to do. That would be kind of a nice thing. There would be a very variety of needs to achieve that. Thank you very much.
If you can't see me, you can hear me. That's right. Lonnie?
Hello, everyone. I'm going to stand up before I get scolded. I come from I've been here 10 years in the village, 9.5, 10 years. Wife and I both live here. I come from northern Indiana. I was in the manufacturing business. I was the chief operating officer of 5 plants through northern Indiana. It was real high volume, automated things we did, automotive engine components, and I had 1,200 employees that I was responsible for. I've been on numerous profit and non-profit boards, one very similar to White Willow Village. I'm running again for the board because I feel that we have the best weather in the world, and if we control our assets, not waste things, the board in the last few years has stopped wasting money, and we got the well fixed. We're in litigation on the light industrial. We're getting these things solved, and I think that it's important to keep the continuity of the board so that we can work on lessons learned and not make these mistakes that we made in the past. And so I'm 70 years old. I just turned 70 years old, but I feel so strongly that it's such a great village, such a great place to live, that in the future we all work together, yourselves, the board, that we can make this a much better community going forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lonnie. Roxanne?
Apologize if you can't see, but I am standing. Well, aloha, I'm Roxanne Milan. I'm currently on the board of directors. I'm running again because I feel that there's still a lot for us as a community to progress. And so with the current board now, we've managed to make a turning point in the community. And we're at a point where I feel we can forge forward and become self-sufficient and, make this community a better place. It is the best place on the island, I believe, to live, but make it a better place. There's a lot of new projects, a lot of ideas floating around out there that I feel that I would be impactful, helping to move forward. I am can probably tell. Don't have a long resume like some of the gentlemen on the board here. However, I am a very integral part in the community. I do have 3 young children, 11, 9, and 6 years old. They go to the Michael Elementary. I did, when my daughter started going to Michael Elementary, help to make the elementary school a middle school. So I helped that move forward. And I currently sit on the SEC board for the school, where we help generate or plan for everything that's coming up with the school. Not only that, I'm in the community. I assisted with putting on the egg hunt. If you guys haven't seen the signs, the largest egg hunt, 10,000 eggs. My hands are still kind of uncrabby from stuffing all of their eggs. But it was a great outreach for the community, and the kids absolutely loved it. We also do a mega sports camp during the summer. And so lots of things for the kids and the future generation coming up. So vote for me. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Roxanne. Now we are going to move to a portion of our evening that includes the questions that were pre-selected and sent to each of the candidates. There were 6 questions the Nominations and Elections Committee determined to be relevant questions that we wanted the candidates to respond to. The candidates had the opportunity to do that, and they submitted those questions, the answers to their questions in writing, which you all have in your packet. They also are on the website for you to access there as well. We are actually, though, going to take an opportunity to ask a few of the questions from those 6 initially, and let them respond live to those, so you can get to know them a little bit better. And then we are going to begin taking the questions that we received from the audience and mix those in as well. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to my lovely co-host, Maddie. She's going to ask the questions here, so please go ahead.
Aloha, everyone. Aloha, candidates. As Kim said, these questions are questions that you previously answered. So, at random here, Lonnie, what do you feel is the role of the board of directors?
I feel that the board of directors, number one, they should not micromanage. They've done this in the past, and it's caused us a lot of grief and a lot of expense that we as property owners have to shoulder that. If you go back and look at about the past 6-7 years, you're going to kind of gag when I tell you the number, but somewhere in the neighborhood of $1.5 million that has floated away here with light industrial, well not being done correctly. The restaurant being shut down for 2.5 years. We're still wrestling with that problem. But I think a board of directors make the big decisions. Our general manager runs the village day to day through the direction of the board, but not micromanaging, all through the president, through one person answering back to the board. And I think that is so important that the board makes policy and procedure. If we had policy and procedure in the past, we would have had these problems, like bonds. If we had a bond, that's just good business, a bond for the light industrial, we wouldn't be suffering what we're suffering today, and who knows how that's going to turn out. But anyway, I think the primary function of a board is policy and procedure, and make the big decisions that Roger brings to us.
Thank you. Scott, what do you consider the most important issue that faces the village today, and why?
Excuse me. I believe that the most important the issue that faces the village today is the community center. I've written it down here pretty well, but I think we have. I've been here for 23 years and watched a lot of the youth not have much to do. I was one of those youths long ago in Oregon where I grew up, and I think they need something to do. I think a community center would be a pretty good idea. It could be a dual-purpose community center, because there's a lot of folks who are retired, and they're wishing there was more to do. I think the community center would be a great opportunity and a great location for the youth to find things to do and creatively help them creatively express their interests and their energies. And at the same time, it'd be a great opportunity and a great location for some of the retired folks to learn to, like this room is used for purposes like that. I don't think it's probably big enough for all the activities that could be being done. I think it'd be a good dual purpose place. I think the most logical location for a community center. Would probably be near where the library will be eventually. We have a library in the works, and hopefully it'll be here in the next few years. And I think that would be a great location to have that as well. I just think a community center would be a very good idea to give a lot of the folks here something to do and give a more cohesive element to this village as a whole.
Thank you, Scott. Roxanne, I know that you stated some of this in your opening statement, but describe your past and current contributions, volunteer efforts to promote a sense of community within the village.
Well, in 2010, I coordinated or co-coordinated the Waikolo Harvest Festival, and some of you guys came. We had a costume contest, and all the owners got to participate for free, jumping castles and all that. Did a health fair in 2009. It was kind of a small thing at the school, just so everyone could get a feel of all the different health alternatives out there, chiropractors, Chinese medicine, and stuff like that. Since 2010, helped to plan the Waikolo's egg hunt here, and every year it's grown since. This past year we got 10,000 eggs. We give away prizes for all the kids, from bites to Candle Fire HDs, so helped to coordinate all the prizes, the egg stuffings, all the donations, and everything like that. Like I said, the mega sports camps, a week long during the summer, and it's got different sports the kids can participate in. We started with like 40